Hello everybody. I wanted to go over something that I've experienced on my motor and wanted to kind of let you know what I found and what the problem is. Over the winter, you can see the power tilt and trim here. Over the winter, water got inside the trim unit, and this piece right here it's supposed to have 5 bolts on it. It only had 2 because it got in there, it swole up, and it tilted the piece up just enough for it to snap 3 of the bolts off. And so I got it apart, put in some new bolts, and the power tilt and trim would go up and stuff, but it just did not work correctly. And so what I found was that at full tilt, the whole motor would bleed down in a matter of a couple of minutes. And so when you go all the way down, the motor would power itself all the way down, but once it got to the trim section, it would not bring itself back up. It didn't have the power. You had to pick it up by hand. The trim unit wasn't working right. The tilt units were doing just fine. So I took the trim unit apart, and this is what I found. This is the O-ring that goes around the piston. You recognize this part as the piece that sticks out of the top of here, and that's what sets the trim for your motor. This O-ring had a chunk missing out of it, and this was up at the top of the cylinder wall here. If you think of this like an engine, it was up the top of the cylinder wall between the piston head and the outlet, or inlet, depending on which way you look at it, for the hydraulic fluid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back together, and hopefully it will work. This will be part 1 of 2 if I feel that it's needed. But basically, all that you have to do is take this O-ring, put it back on inside that little groove right there, then basically set this piece down on top of it, make sure that piston goes through the wiper and the dust ring, and then put this back in place, hook up your hydraulics, bleed it just like you normally would. For a $2 piece of rubber, it was causing a problem. If this is not the problem, I'll do an update with a part 2, but I'm 99.9% certain this is it. If you got any questions, let me know. It might be something else I can let you know what I found, but that's been about it. Have a great day.